Okay, so let's look at this question number 7 very fast. Suggest a build-up fat in coronary artery causes the heart to become
I cannot see anything.
smoothly, correct? And it does not clot. Okay, so this will be the one more mark. Muscle unable to expire, you get 1 point. A high fat diet is one risk factor for coronary heart disease. State two other risk factor for coronary. Two other risk factor. So what are the factors that can make heart disease? Okay, smoking. Okay, so high blood pressure is not the answer. The reason is, let's read at the question again. A high fat diet is one risk factor for coronary. State two other risk factor. Means what are the two other causes that cause heart disease? So of course smoking will cause heart disease. High blood pressure is not causing of heart disease more, but high blood pressure is more like the disease itself. So both usually happen at the same time. Okay, heart disease and high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Usually three of these things is if you go to doctor check, you usually get the same thing lah. High cholesterol equal to high blood pressure equivalent to heart disease. So it's a correlation. But what another two risks that makes this problem? So for example, we can say smoking, we can say stress, we can say age, we can say genetic, correct or not? Because it depends on your parent. If your parent got diabetes or high blood pressure or heart attack or cancer, there's a probability that the higher chances for the son or children to have the cancer as well, or the diabetes. So for example, if the mother or parent got cancer at the age of 50, so actually the son needs age 25 need to go for medical checkup, and every year age 25, 26, 27 he need to do medical checkup. So it depends on the parent also, on lack of exercise and so on. Lack of exercise. Of course, we say stress. The reason is whenever stress happening, there is our body immune system tend to be lower. It's easier for a person to get sick while during stress and depression rather than when the person is happy. So that's why it is a correlation that you exercise, then you got less stress. So there's a correlation. So you just don't, the stress also is one factor of lowering the body immune system. Artery and capillary have different function. Explain how artery and capillary are adapted to their function. So this one we can see that, okay, so for this one we can see that artery is the one that has a bigger thick muscle so that it can withstand high pressure. This artery. And what we can look at the vein is a thin wall. Okay, so the answer will be artery has a thick layer on elastic fiber to withstand the pressure. And then this one has a thin layer so that this one to facilitate the exchange of gas, exchange of material or exchange of gas, whatever lah, exchange of material, for example. So because the question asks how the artery and capillary adapt to their function, how it really adapt to its function. Okay, so it has a thick wall to so if it can withstand pressure. The capillary has a thin wall so that it can facilitate the exchange of the material. Let's look at the answer that the student write. Wide surface area to carry blood to pass through the body which has higher pressure. So actually this higher pressure is correct. This is correct. But the wide surface is wrong because we can see that the artery surface is smaller than this one. So for question like this, it will be for examiner like a gray area, because again, it will be like, how to say, like the student mentioned one thing but contradict the another answer. So it depends on the examiner. Sometimes the examiner will give 1 mark, sometimes the examiner will give 0 mark because the answer is contradicting. But sometimes they will give 1 mark, so I will give 1 mark, I will write here BOD lah. Sometimes they will write here BOD, benefit of a doubt, and then you get, the student just get 1 mark, okay, for this one. And then we look at capillary. Let's see whether the student can justify it properly or not. Thin and close to the tissue so that nutrient can easily diffuse. So yes, I think this one, the student managed to explain it properly, and he will get 2 marks. Okay, because first one he said is thin and close to the tissue. Second, this allow the nutrient material to diffuse, exchange, whatever things lah, but it carry out the same meaning, and get 1 more mark. Okay, the next question, number 8. Okay, let's continue. Sodium is an element in group 1. A piece of sodium is added to the water in universal indicator, water contains indicator student. Does it represent using lithium and potassium? So we can see here is lithium, sodium, K is potassium, rubidium, calcium, francium. So which one is more reactive? So yeah, the bottom one will be more reactive, the francium, the lithium. So LINAK, okay, LINAK. So I just put here. Where was I? So you just refer to the periodic table lah. You don't know, so you can refer to the periodic table at the end of the question paper, and we know that potassium is more reactive than sodium, and lithium is the least reactive. The temperature of water increases during all these. The temperature of water increase during 3 of these reaction. Explain this observation. So this is because you say temperature increase, therefore this is a exothermic reaction. So you get 1 point for this one. Some other observation of this reaction with water are shown in table 8.1. So sodium, lithium, potassium. Oh, here also got say already. No need to. Just now I thought then want to ask, but I don't know that the answer is at here. So obviously potassium is more reactive than sodium. Okay. The general equation for this reaction between group 1 and M and is shown. Use this equation to explain why fizzing occur in each reaction and why universal turn paper. Okay, why the fizzing occur? Okay, fizzing occur because the reaction release carbon dioxide. So the fizzing happen because it release hydrogen. The answer is ready here. The reason they write M, because M is something. Let's say M. Let's put example. That is sodium. So let's put sodium. Na plus H2O water. I will get here put OH or MOH. So we'll just put NaOH lah. Okay. Sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen. Is it balanced? 1 Na, 1 negative. Na is positive 1, right? And then O 1 O hydrogen. I got 3 hydrogen. Here I got 2. Yeah, so I will put here maybe 0.5 hydrogen. But of course you don't put 0.5 lah. So let's balance it. So I just times 2 with everything. You know lah, mathematics, because here is half ma. So I just times 2, then I will get a whole number. So 2 Na, here I times 2, 2 H2O. I get 2 NaOH plus H2. Yeah, so it makes sense. Okay, 2 because so after you balance it, you get 2. This thing lah, it should be balanced. Oh, that's why they write 2. Okay, makes sense. So it will get we will get sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. So the fizzing occur because there is a hydrogen gas. So actually this is a bonus mark. Check. Universal indicator turn purple shows. Okay, the first one is correct. The solution is alkaline. Is correct. Why is it alkaline? We also can see that it is more towards hydroxide. So usually you know that hydroxide usually is more towards OH, usually more towards alkaline. Usually we see HCl with hydrochloric acid, we can see the H is here, or H2SO4, and we can see H2 is here, sulfuric acid. So the hydrogen ion that give the properties of acid, and the hydroxide ion give the properties of alkaline. So we can say that the solution is alkaline because hydroxide is made. Okay, hydroxide is made. Why? Because we can see here, okay, hydroxide is made, OH is made, or we can say that the pH is below 7. The reason we don't accept strong base is added because when we are not adding alkaline into the solution. We just use metal and water and it formed alkaline, and we didn't add alkaline, it just formed by itself. So this one you don't get any mark, this one you get 1 mark. So for these 3 you only get 1 point.
Wait, pH?
pH, pH more than 7. pH more than 7 because it's alkaline. Yeah, okay. So of course, again, one more thing we need to know is the acid or alkaline only will show its properties when we add with water. When without water, there is no acidic or alkali property. That's why they add with water, then you got acidic. Same like lime lah. Lime without water, a dry lime, it doesn't really, it's not alkali, it's not what, but you add water, it will become acidic, a lime dry. But when you eat a dry lime, of course, because your saliva also got the water, so it will create acidic properties in your body. State which metal, sodium, lithium, potassium form positive ion most easily. Explain. So the one that form most easily is potassium. So the answer is potassium. Why? As we know from the periodic table, we can see that just now I showed potassium is the most reactive. This is also very reactive, but it's less. So because it's more reactive, it's easier to form the positive ion. The reason is, if I want to draw the electronic if I want to draw the electronic configuration, sodium will be something like this. Let's say I draw sodium. So I got one extra electron at the outside layer. And if I want to draw potassium, it will be something like this, correct or not? I just simply draw something like this. Maybe I got no time to draw so many dots, so I just simply draw. Okay, so it's something like this if I want to draw. So we can see that both has one valence electron at the outer shell, but which one is easier to dispose the electron? It only have one valence cell, so it's easier to dispose is potassium. The reason is it is further apart from the nucleus. This one is more far compared to this one is nearer. So if you are nearer to that, the gravity is stronger. The further apart is easier to dispose. Same thing like black hole lah. If you are nearer to black hole, then it's more difficult for you to get out from that thing. But since this one, it got more shell, so it is further apart from the nucleus. So the tendency for the electron to go away is easier. And if the tendency of electron to go away easier, it means that proton more than electron. If more proton more than electron, it means that it will be a positive ion. So explanation, it has only one outer shell. So of course, actually just now I explained this one is more towards chemistry, but this is combined science. That's why the answer didn't write like that lah, because if in chemistry you need to write like that, but this is combined science. So the answer is just that the rate of reaction is Yeah, okay, so the explanation is just because it is very reactive with water. It reacts vigorously with water. Means it reacts vigorously lah. There's more reaction with water. But of course we know that why more reaction with water, because the electronic configuration also, okay, is further from the nucleus. And one thing that I always amaze me is where does gravity actually form from. And we know that gravity actually form from, there's no single magnet on the earth that producing the gravity. So where does the gravity come from? So the gravity actually come from any particle or any object or anything that has mass. Anything that has mass, it will form gravity. And I scared I say wrong lah, but as far as I know, anything that has mass, it got to form gravity. But even I got gravity, but it's very very little, because I am very my mass is very little, my density is very little. But if I can create a billion of myself, I can make a planet of myself. I just need to everyone stick together. Even I do nothing, we all will stand on top of one another. So everything that has mass actually has gravity. So we can also see that it's further away, so it's easier to dispose the electron. Nearer means it's more harder to dispose the electron. Rubidium is another metal in group 1. So we can see rubidium is Rb, calcium francium. So rubidium is more reactive. Calcium francium or rubidium, I don't think usually you cannot get this, because this one usually people can use to make bomb. So you cannot get this. You only can get this up. But even potassium I think can use to make bomb. So we are not teaching students to make bomb, but let's look at this one. Rubidium is another metal for group 1 periodic table. Name the product formed when rubidium react with water. So it's the same thing. If you don't know, refer to this one. You will get hydrogen and hydroxide, metal hydroxide. Let's see. You will get hydrogen and rubidium hydroxide. Very good. State how the rate of reaction of rubidium with water compare the rate of reaction in potassium with water. Reaction faster than rubidium. Yeah, faster for rubidium with water. Explanation is further down in group 1. Yeah, correct. Very good. So you get
This answer is accepted.
So of course this is the marking scheme, and at first I read the first one, I thought is like what is it talking about? Faster for rubidium. Then I read one more time. Okay, faster for rubidium. I thought the first sentence confusing. Explanation, because it is either you can say lower down the group, or you can say that rubidium is more reactive. Up to you, as long as you follow the marking scheme lah. The teacher mark, they must follow the marking scheme. Following, 2 more last page. Yes, figure 9.1 show a street light. The street light contains 2 identical lamps. Okay, so this is a street lamp. Let's see this one. Power supply, potential difference, PD, right? Usually for this one. So you got 2 lamps. Complete the circuit diagram for the street light. So this one, the student just get 1 point, because the student didn't draw the switch. This one, so you get 1 point. One filament, the filament in one of the 2 lamps break. The other lamp of the street also goes out. So this show that is a series. Explain the observation. The lamp in a sense, so if you break, the other lamp will not light. But this one, the student didn't explain it, because let's read the question. The question didn't say state the observation. If the question says state the observation, then you are correct. Okay, if one break, the another lamp will break. So usually the science, they will ask what is the observation, and the next question they will ask why, explain. So basically here is the why part, not the state the observation. Why? You almost get this correct. One lamp in the sense of say it break, it's supposed to be it will stop the circuit, or it will break the circuit. Okay, or means there is no circuit. So there's no electric pass through. So this is how you explain, correct or not? Because it is a series. So once one lap break, the circuit will stop, means there is no electric. No electric means there will be no light. So that is the explanation. This one, the other lamp will break, so it doesn't really explain anything. It's just like repeating the question, because the question say what happen if it break. If it break, there's no light because it break, so it doesn't make sense. Okay, so that a different straight line has three identical guide in a parallel. So we know that in a parallel, if one break, the other still on. Why is it on? Because there is electric. Why is it electric? Because there is a circuit. The circuit is still on. Okay, there's still a current still flowing through. The current flowing in each lamp is 0.4 ampere. For ampere is the current, 0.4 ampere. Calculate the current electric supply in the street. So there's a lamp. So I draw 3 lamp. Let's draw something like this, correct or not? And this is the potential difference. Okay, so this one we must know for parallel. This is parallel. So yeah, sometimes also I confused because I just now I also thought that is the same, but actually in parallel the volt is the same. For series, the current is the same. So for parallel, the current with the ampere, the unit is ampere, you need to add. So 0.4 times 3, 0.4 plus 0.4 plus 0.4, I will get 1.2 ampere. Okay, so this is 1.2 ampere. The voltage of the electricity supply is 220 watts. State the potential difference according to the each lamp. Okay, so for this one, the voltage of an electric supply, so state the potential difference. PD is the watt lah, for each lamp is 220. Okay, because 220, because you can see in this diagram, parallel the watt is always the same. V1 equals to V2. So no matter I put the wattmeter anywhere in the circuit, I will still get back the same watt. V1 or V2, V3. So because the question already give you 220, your answer will be always 220 because it's the same. Why is the same? Because it is parallel. Potential difference means the voltage.
Voltage.
Yeah. So the unit for potential difference is the voltage lah. So it's the same thing lah. Sometimes they use voltage, sometimes they use potential difference, but to me I think it's referring to the same thing. But usually potential difference they are referring to the voltage from the battery, the source lah. But this also for the lamp. But anyway, it's still the same, 220. So this thing is sometimes also I forget lah how to remember, but I think the easiest way to remember this is by remember this diagram. If you look at the diagram, it is easier to remember rather than to do your question and start to remember. So if you what you can do, maybe you can use your imagination to imagine this diagram and memorize this thing. You memorize one part, this part can already. Then another one will be the opposite. Okay, so I think like that you remember is easier. Okay, for this question, use your answer B1 to calculate the power of each lamp. So what is the formula for power? I already got voltage. I also got the ampere. So what formula I should use? So power equals to voltage times ampere. So can I do so the voltage is 220 V times ampere is 0.4, right? Ampere, you should get 88 W. Okay, 88 watt as the answer. So you get 2 points. So, yep, that's it for this paper. Thank you very much.